Director Eli Roth is back with his all-new rated R horror flick, Thanksgiving.
Splicing Scream, Halloween, and I Know What You Did Last Summer all into one wildly comical slasher movie, Thanksgiving follows a group of teenagers that are involved in an all-too-real Black Friday sale gone wrong.
The movie opens with a mass crowd of shoppers lining up to get into a department store sale before all hell breaks loose, and this is where the carnage starts.
And I think that, from that opening scene specifically, it really set the tone for this movie because the trailer didn't really seem to give me a good idea of what I was in for.
The trailer does not do this film justice at all, but I think the one thing that I can say that I'm impressed with is that opening scene. You do not expect to be the opening scene at all, and you don't expect it to play out the way it does. And I think the trailer does a really, really good job at keeping that hidden. I feel like horror films these days, too many of them are giving away their best scares, their best moments in the trailer. Take Smile, for example. We had that one jump scare that could have frightened everyone in the trailer. It just wasn't as effective seeing it in the film once you'd already seen it.
Yes, I think that a lot of people are scared. They want to throw the best of everything into the trailers. And this trailer and this film really kind of gives away very little in terms of plot.
Absolutely.
This is a film which a lot of people might know that originally was just purely just a bit of a joke. It was a trailer that was placed into the Grindhouse film, which, you can actually go and watch the original Thanksgiving parody trailer. And here they've gone and made this into a pretty great film overall. Like, they've turned it into a real movie, and it gives me like real heavy vibes of Scream.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's a few it pays a few homages throughout the film. You've got Halloween, you've got Scream, very I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Very much.
But with the classic Eli Roth gore that's almost borderline comical. I tell you what, I do not know how this guy went from Hostel to this absolute comical sort of sense of brutality. I love it. I think it's really cool.
There was a lot of brutality, but I kind of felt like Roth was holding back a little bit. I think that he was going for that Scream audience where it wasn't too disgusting.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Funny, but also there was a couple of, I don't want to spoil anything, but there was one particular one where a guy's face just completely was gone, but his nose, I don't know if you noticed his nose.
Yeah, I did notice
was still
his nose,
sort of like you could see it there. You can just imagine what we're talking about, but the kills, they don't hold back. This is definitely, very rarely we get these R-rated movies where they can do what they want. But it's a lot of fun, and it is done definitely with humor intent. And this is not just us laughing at horrible, disgusting gore. They are meant to be funny.
Yeah,
they're meant to be funny, and as we were saying, it sets the tones from the start because it opens up with this scene which you don't expect. A lot of horror movies, you usually get this sort of introduction from the killer, and you get maybe one single kill. This opens with this very large-scale riot going on at Black Friday.
Absolutely, yeah. We sort of figured that maybe the killer of the film would take his first victim at the start. That seems to happen with most slasher films. You've got all your Screams that do it. You've got I Know What You Did Last Summer that does it. Halloween that does it. So that's sort of what we expected. So opening that film with just a riot, a completely insane, just had me like, what is going on here? Nothing is given away in the trailer. I appreciate that a lot because my reaction was pure. It was genuine. I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, and you could tell something was about to go down with the crowd as it was starting to get sort of more crazy and out of control. But as it was going on, you really couldn't tell what was happening. It kind of kept you on the edge of the seat. And realistically, when it started happening a little bit, the violence starts sort of almost all of a sudden, when they finally do smash into this Black Friday sale. It goes crazy like you don't expect it to, and it goes crazy really quickly, and it's very clearly funny. It just really kind of blew us away, I think, in the cinema.
Absolutely.
You were getting some really good loud laughs out of this one.
Yeah, I did laugh probably a little bit more than I expected. With Eli Roth, I don't think I expected the gore to be as comical as it was. Maybe I'm just sick, who knows?
No.
But I had a really fun time with it. I think that everyone did a great job. They played their parts really well. Patrick Dempsey just incredible in that film.
Very good.
Shines in the final act of the film. He couldn't pick a better actor, I don't think.
I was quite happy with the overall cast. And I think if you compare to the latest Scream, for instance, which I couldn't stand the actors and the cast who play the, what do they call them? The core four.
Yeah.
Oh, I just killed the core four. I don't like them at all. But I really enjoyed the characters in this one. Not that they were hugely like, there wasn't heaps of backstory or there wasn't heaps of depth to these characters, but the actors were likable. And it just sort of kept you on the edge of your seat because whenever John Carver, the killer, appeared, you knew you were in for a bit of fun every time. So you were kind of just really, I think the movie was more just always looking forward to the next kill more than anything. And yeah, the kills are fun. We don't want to spoil the kills here. We don't want to talk about them too much.
I don't think that... First of all, don't go in with spoilers because the kills in this film are phenomenal. I think Eli Roth does a great job at doing something different every single time, and this film is no different. Every single kill is unique. I don't think that, although maybe one or two have been done before in movies, I think that the take on the kills he does are just completely unique. Haven't been seen before. Super creative. I think that the special and practical effects, amazing. Everything's incredible. Did a great job at making this film different.
Yeah, there's a really good particular kill. I mean, there's a lot of great kills, but there's a particularly good kill which has a very, let's just say, heavy reference to baking a turkey, which is very prominent towards the end, and you can sort of come up with your own guesses about what that means in terms of this kill, and it's baking a turkey.
I think the aftermath of the kill is
what happens to that turkey after it's been baked is it's pretty full on.
Let's just say the person who plays the killer is a very sick individual.
Yes, look, obviously, you do get vibes of him being kind of like a Ghostface or Michael Myers type character, a combination of both.
Like, to even more of a sadistic level, like, this guy is unhinged.
It's Eli Roth's version of Scream.
It's Art the Clown, but he talks.
Yeah. And you were a fan of the look of John Carver, I've got to say.
Yeah, I thought it was I wasn't sure how to feel about it in the trailer.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's just, it's whatever. But seeing him walk around with the mask and the hat and the all black, I quite liked it. I thought that he looked really menacing. I thought that he even was a bit kind of good looking, if I don't say so myself. I like a man in a mask.
Yeah.
But I think he was great. I think that I'm hoping that we get a sequel because I feel like this franchise could be big.
Yes, and this film definitely, go and see it, support the movie. This film is definitely open for a sequel. Not to say too much, but how it ends, of course, these movies generally always are.
Yep.
I think that there's definitely room there to do one.
Eli was a smart chicken or a smart turkey, and he left it open.
Yeah, I think Eli Roth he's an interesting character. If you're not 100% familiar with the name Eli Roth, he is, of course, the director of Hostel, famously. Cannibal Holocaust. Green Inferno. Green Inferno.
Close enough.
Yes, Green Inferno is a film that neither of us have watched, but just seen parts of. It's one
we don't intend to watch it.
Yeah, he's basically what we're saying is he is the guy who makes disgusting gore movies.
Very sick individual.
He's trying to make gory films. In this one, while there is gore in it, I would say that he is a bit tamer. This is definitely more of a maybe sort of wider audience, even though it is an R-rated film. He's not trying to go too disgusting. It's more fun. He's put the comedy into it. It is
more fun. There is an undertone to this film as well, a more important message than just 100%. The gore and just the humour. I think that this really deep dives into people's morals and how they don't care for each other anymore and how everyone's out for themselves. I think that the deeper meaning behind this film is really nice, and I do like that it was a film that isn't just gore for gore.
Yes, there is a great actual undertone theme in this. I mean, it kind of really slaps you over the head, really, when I say undertone, but it definitely touches on the message of kind of really today's society, the narcissistic sort of what we see of side of people, And really just sort of like how social media, I guess, has sort of affected us as a community, how we're all crazy for the big sales and just this disregard of human life that sort of happens a lot. And the Black Friday sale thing is like obviously based on a real or multiple real events of people getting trampled during this time of year, which is supposed to be Thanksgiving, but these Thanksgiving Black Friday riots are just getting worse and worse all the time. And of course, the social media stuff, there's some great jokes about YouTube videos / whatever social media videos getting likes and again, I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a video basically that is taken during this Black Friday opener, and it's funny to see that get posted on social media and how it's used.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's cool because I think that he makes a good point with this and pokes a lot of fun at this.
Yeah.
There's a lot
very real and raw with today's society.
Yeah,
and
doesn't
I
hold
think
back.
that as retail workers, I think that we can understand where the film went. Can't wait for next week. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're about to experience Black Friday in real life too.
We certainly are.
Look, we were excited to see the film. It is obviously it's just come out. It's not even out in America while we're recording this. And, it kind of really blew our expectations, I want to say.
Definitely.
If you're looking for a fun, gory slasher film, you won't be disappointed. This is focusing more on the slasher vibe than anything. And I think to wrap this up, we're gonna go ahead and give a little rating of what we thought of the scares in this, the gore levels in this, and the overall rating out of 5. And I'm gonna let you start.
Yeah, let's start right off with the scares. I think that this film had some really suspenseful moments overall. I think there was definitely a moment or two that had me jump just a little bit here and there. It wasn't a scary film per se. It's definitely more of a slasher, more of a gore flick.
Yep.
So I think I'll give that one about a 2 out of 5.
Yes, I agree with that. I would land at a 2.5 as well. This has got a couple little jump scares in there for sure, and it is suspenseful at moments too, because there's moments where you're not sure where he's coming from. But it's certainly a slasher movie, so you're not going to get super like jump scared out of this one. What about the gore level for you?
Gore level for me, this is more of a hard one because obviously this film is based around the gore and it's based around the kills. I don't think the gore was fantastic. I don't think it was, never seen before gore.
It wasn't disgusting.
It wasn't disgusting. And I think the kills, although they were extremely creative, the gore itself I'd probably only give a 3.5.
3.5?
Out of 5.
A very respectful score. I'm going to go for Gore Factor. I'm going to go 4. I'm going to say 4.
No, I think
get around that. I think for a lot of horror fans watching at home, it's going to be very easy watching and a bit of fun. But I think for anybody who's not maybe into this, I wouldn't be taking if they're not horror fans. They might wince a little bit at a couple of these kills.
Yeah.
And overall, what did you think?
I really, really liked the film. I liked the film more than I thought I was going to like it. Let's just put it at a solid 4 out of 5.
Very nice. I'm going to land at 3.5 as well. I really enjoyed the film. I was really glad to see it. I think that out of all the horror movies I've seen this year, I'd put it up there, enjoyment factor actually really, really high.
Yeah, I'd honestly probably go as far to say as putting it in my top 5 horrors of 2023.
Yeah, really. Yeah. I think there's a lot of rewatchable scenes here. For me, the film is not super rewatchable overall because I think you are spending a lot of the film just sort of guessing who the killer is.
I think the final act specifically, the last 5 minutes of the film when the killer is revealed, fantastic. The way it's shot, the music, how menacing this person is. I thought it was really good. For most of the film, I was laughing. I was tapping you on the shoulder and saying something about a character. But for this moment, it really had me drawn in. So I think just to see that scene again, I would 100% sit through that film.
Yes. I think that there's a lot of, let's say, almost iconic scenes in this film.
Definitely.
Really, I 100% for me recommend people watching this at home to go and see it. I think this is an easy recommend.
Yeah.
There's something for, I say everyone, but there's something for every horror fan, let's say.
Definitely.
It's not the most story heavy film, and it's probably like a lot of cliches that we've seen before. But it's just a fun ride, and especially like if you're going to see it in a group setting or something like that, you'll have a great time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so easy recommend from us, guys. Go and support it. It's a pretty small film because it is a new franchise and it's not super well known. But I guarantee you'll enjoy this one. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you in the next one.
See you next time, guys.